spoke to kept 100%, kept 70%, 30%. Ours keeps no more than 10. Third thing about this specialized nonprofit, they pay you a full commission. They guarantee full commission to the real estate agent who either brings the donation to the table or whoever is in that marketplace that we hire to list. They get a full commission. We say that a lot because we want you to know just because it's charitable real estate and we're helping people give property away, we are not asking you to give your commission away. We don't want your money. We want to give you money. So it's important for us to turn a corner with how this works. And they're also some of the nicest guys I've ever met. So the Real Agents of Change, who we are, is a tribe, an organically growing tribe of realtors, financial advisors, nonprofits, fundraisers, community leaders, thought leaders, people who know real estate is hot, fundraising is not. And we are funding the nonprofits by the billions of dollars, which leads us to tens of millions of dollars in commissions to the real estate world. We need your help. We can't do this in a vacuum. The more people that understand it and know about it, the better. And that's why we're here, because we have partnered with eXp Realty. We'll do this with any and all. It doesn't matter what company a realtor is with or where the nonprofit is or what have you. It's just that eXp is visionary, they're open-minded, they're forward-thinking. And because of that, we get in touch with lots of eXp agents and team builders, which is what put Sam and I in contact and why he was on the master class this week. And we want to invite you to sit in on a brief overview on Wednesdays at noon Eastern, to sit in on the master class, which is the third Tuesday of the month every month, and to join our Facebook group, The Real Agents of Change.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Um, I was just blown away when I heard all about how you can, first of all, get help your community nonprofits is amazing, and how you could show up as different. My goal and passion is to give back to heroes in the community. So I'm already I got my foot right in the door, already giving back. 20% of my gross comes back. So when I heard about this, I'm like, wow, this is really cool. You can help all these incredible nonprofits. They don't have to sell cookies door to door. If you're helping the Girl Scouts, they don't have to put fundraisers out to sell trees in Christmas time. The Boy Scouts, they don't have to do that, and it's a win-win. And it's an investment of time, and it's an investment in learning what it's all about, and it's investment of coming on to your webinar on Wednesday and just learning how to make a difference in your community. And these people that are in my clubhouse room, everyone that comes into this clubhouse room is forward thinking and always giving back to their communities. It's an amazing thing to have, not only in this on my streams, but also in the clubhouse room, of incredible individuals that are out there changing lives every day. And I wanted to bring this to them because I saw my light bulb went on. I'm like, how? I mean, I have a thing on my. We have a newsletter that comes out it's like this thick, and it's all about the Santa Clarita Valley community, and it's big. And there's, on the cover for the holidays, there was probably about 80 nonprofits. So this community that I live in is so pro nonprofit. How can I be the spoke in the wheel of connecting all of them together? How can you know, I always ask, I never say I can't do something. I always say, how can I do it? How can I do it? So forward thinking and
Well, Sam, it was your thinking, how can I do this, that went out to the universe, that put us in touch, because we figured out how to do it for you. all those nonprofits, all the people in your community. So you mentioned that all people need to do is invest some time to learn, which leads me to feeling like I want to share the 5 steps to leverage real estate for real change. So friends, step number 1 is learn. Learn what charitable real estate is. When you sit in the master class, which is a 3-hour block of time that is completely engaging and full of new information and keeps you on the edge of your seat. And by the way, Sam, we just had class number 18. We've done it once a month for the last 18 months. And there are people that are in that class every month because you're always learning another something new. And it's all the same material, but you hear it a little bit different. So when you learn what charitable real estate is, and look, I'm going to keep it really simple for you. It's just as simple as this. There are 1.3 million nonprofits. Every one of them, no matter how big or small, and our team does this for Fidelity Charitables, which is the largest nonprofit in this country. Even they don't do their own real estate transactions. Largest to smallest, there's 1.3 million listings right now because every one of those nonprofits have people that would donate real estate if they knew that they could. So there's a donor that has real estate anywhere in the country. Maybe the nonprofit is in California, maybe the property is in New York City. Doesn't matter. We're going to list it and liquidate it and give the nonprofit that the donor wants to have the cash. So donor has property, nonprofit that they want to support can't take real estate, doesn't know what to do with real estate, has it written in their bylaws that they don't take real estate. Even if they have Sam and me sitting on their board, as brilliant and smart as we are, what if it's a $3 million condo in New York City with $1 million mortgage? Who's going to pay off that mortgage? I'm not. But guess what? We have a specialized nonprofit that does that sort of thing. So the donation goes through our nonprofit, gets listed by you at a full commission and liquidated for the nonprofits to receive the cash. Friends, it is that simple. It can't get any more simple, but you got to learn. That's step number 1. Step 2, lead generate. Because knowing how this works is completely irrelevant if you're not doing something with it. If you're not bringing donations of real estate to the table, if you're not becoming the resource that your community needs to bring in hundreds of millions of dollars to that community. So lead generation, and I could go off on a tangent about that for the next 3 hours, but just know that we support you on how to do lead generation. Step number 3, list and liquidate. Now that we know what charitable real estate is, now that we're starting to lead generate and have intelligent conversations with high net worth individuals and people all over the country who own multiple properties and other real estate agents that we want to recruit into our team, etc. Step number 3 is list and liquidate. Got to list that donation so we can get the money to give to the nonprofits. And there's a whole plethora of, so my book, Legacy Listings, How to Leverage Real Estate for Real Change, will be out in the next couple of months. And it goes through all these processes. Step number 4 is leverage. Ooh, boy, this gets into the advanced strategy. How can your whole community and all the businesses therein actually make money by helping you to promote charitable gifting of real estate? 87% of consumers polled, 87% have said over and over when they are polled, if they have the choice of 3 realtors, 3 mortgage companies, 3 attorneys, 3 coffee shops, 3 dog walkers, you name any business, if they have the choice, they're going to pick the one that is on purpose, socially responsible, and doing something to move the cause forward. Therefore, the businesses around you, not only can they support you as the charitable real estate agent in your area, we teach you how to teach them how to make money by helping you. Leverage, friends, leverage. Let people know. Look, I love the veterans. I love the animals. I love the kids. I love my church. I love the homeless folks in the area. I love all 500,000 nonprofits in the state of California, and I can help them all. So that's leverage. All right. Step number 5, leave legacy. So we're doing all of this so that we can leave legacy, so that the nonprofits can leave the legacy they were created to leave instead of just being fundraisers. They spend 75% of their time trying to raise funds that in an environment like right now, they put we've all done it. Every one of you on here, if I could see you, you'd be nodding your head. Yep. I've sat on committees for 3 to 6 months putting together a fundraiser that either got canceled because of the weather or because of the pandemic, or people didn't show up because they're afraid to come out of their house, or they're low on cash because their job got. Look, help the nonprofits leave the legacy they want to leave by giving them the funds to do what they were created to do. Second, help the donors leave the legacy they want to leave. Friends, 43% of our wealth is held in real estate. 2.7% of our wealth is in cash reserve. So let's stop begging people to dig into their pocket where they have pocket change and help them to give smarter through the wealth that they have in real estate. They will thank you for it. And 3, let's leave legacy as the realtors that we are. We're heart-centered. We want to help the community. We want to be socially responsible. We want to build our business. We want to show our kids a better way of being a contributing member of society. Let's leave legacy, not just through the money that we make, but through the difference we're making. See, the term legacy, it insinuates what we are leaving behind. We are the legacy creators right now. The real agents of change, in another 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, people will look back and see that it was right now that how nonprofits get funded shifted and changed because we are leaving the legacy of that to happen. So that's the 5 steps to leverage real estate for real change.
Thank you so much, Cami. I have a question. You know, these rooms, it's Thankful Thursday, and I'm so thankful for you for coming in and sharing this more than a golden nuggets. I mean, you pour out to everybody. I mean, even in your 3 hour thing, I mean, you could see the passion and purpose in your message. Um, I know you have a story, and I don't want to have you, do something, you're not comfortable with, but I'm sure the people in the room and on the social media would love to hear your story. What brought you to this, and what is your background? I know it's going to be in your book, and I'm excited about that. I can't wait to see it. Can you give us a little short story? Because we always talk about in these rooms, who you are, where you're at, and kind of what brought you to where you're at today. So, would you mind sharing that?
I would love to, and I'm honored that you would ask, and thank you for bringing it up because, alcoholism, single motherhood, being broke, busted, and disgusted is all part of my story, and it doesn't shame me or embarrass me at all to share that. I know that there is someone listening right now, whether it's live or a recording 5 years from now, who's going to hear this, and it's going to help them. So I was adopted as a child, and some would say, I'll go back even further, some would say that babies, even in their mama's belly, can feel energy and know what's going on and are affected by it. So some would say that even back before I was born, I knew that I was being given away. And there's a whole nother thing we could go on with that. But my contract in the world apparently was, up until recently, if I prove myself, you'll keep me around. So, having said that, I spent my teenage years doing things that other teenagers may not do, trying to get attention, trying to get approval, trying to prove myself, et cetera, et cetera. And that led into some fun years of alcoholism and addiction and poor choices that led me to when I was about 30 years old. I had owned a bar in Panama City Beach. I was always an entrepreneur. Even when I was 9 years old, I was selling gum to other kids for a profit and then loan sharking that money for collateral and high interest. So I've always been entrepreneurial, but alcoholism got a hold of me and I was not making the best choices. But when I was 30, 31 years old, I had moved to New Hampshire from Florida. I didn't really know anybody. My baby daddy and I split up, and here I am in a state where I don't know anyone, and I was drinking myself to death with a year and a half baby to take care of. And thank God, she was always taken care of. But I would look. I'm gonna be real. Like, I would be at 9 o'clock in the morning having another drink from the night before, watching Jerry Springer and thinking, I just want to die. And the only reason I didn't commit suicide was because I didn't want my daughter to grow up wondering what was so wrong with her that mommy didn't want to live. And it chokes me up to even say that, because that's a
Take
bad
your time.
place. It's a bad place to be.
Yes.
But somewhere in there, I put on my big girl panties and started going to a 12-step program. I put the plug in the jug, and when I got sober, I needed to get a job because my boss was my drinking buddy and boyfriend all rolled into one. And when I quit drinking, I didn't have a job. And so I answered an ad in the newspaper. And for those of you who don't know, newspaper was the internet in print before we had internet. And I write about that in my first book, Mingled to Millions. And so this ad led me to going and applying for a job that I had no idea what it was. But ultimately, there was a real estate agent that did 125 deals a year, and he needed a listing coordinator. It's not exactly what the ad said, but ultimately, when I was hired, I became a listing coordinator, and I was creating hundreds of listing packets. This guy was setting appointments all day, every day, and I created listing packets, and I did the BPOs, and I went and took pictures of the property and wrote the description, and I did everything that a listing agent would do except for make the phone calls and go on the appointments. And thank God, God works in mysterious ways. A year and a half into that, I got licensed. And from the get go, the very first year, I was in the top 5% of realtors nationwide, not because of any brilliance on my part, other than the ability to be coachable, to watch what that guy did, to hire the same coaches he had, and to take action. And that's what led me into getting that car and doing those car shows and realizing, wow, even when people didn't care about Cami or Remax or real estate, they loved that we were helping the horses at the rescue farm. They loved that we were helping a little girl with cancer. They loved that we were doing something for Make-A-Wish Foundation. And I just organically, guerrilla marketing, found my way into this niche of cause marketing campaigns that led to 2 years ago understanding charitable gifting of real estate, and how we don't have to do the barbecues, bake sales, and ballroom functions. We don't have to beg our friends to buy $20 raffle tickets. We don't have to sit in committee meetings for 3 to 6 months just to have it canceled. We can just fund the nonprofits that we want to help and fund those we don't even know about who are going to want to work with us when they find out we have this unique skill set. So that's kind of what brings us to today. Thank God for my alcoholism. You know, thank God for everything that's happened in my life, good or bad, because it's led me to this moment with you on this video to help the people that you can put us in front of to learn. You can get paid. You can make money making a difference. You can fund every nonprofit. I don't care where you are, if you're in the backwoods of Maine or downtown Manhattan. There are thousands of nonprofits that need your help, and we have the solution. You just have to take the cotton out of your ears and put it in your mouth for a little while and just listen and just wrap your head around it. That's all.
I always tell people you have two ears and one mouth, and God is telling you something.
Yeah.
Listen twice the amount of time that you're talking, and yeah, I'm going to invite some people up on stage and see if anyone has any questions. Welcome to what we usually do. We reset the room every once in a while. Welcome to newly licensed. Now what? And this is Thankful Thursday, and I'm thankful for Cami from Real Agent of Change. She has been sharing this incredible opportunity to be a realtor with a mission, giving mission, a purpose filled mission in your community. And I have Pearl on stage, and she's a seasoned agent with EXP. And a gentleman named Aiden just came in, and I want to invite him to speak. He just came in, so he'll have to go back to the video and see kind of what we're talking about. But from what Pearl may ask, maybe it will fill him in what we're doing and why we're doing it. I'm going to let Pearl go first, Aiden, and with any questions that she may have, and then I'll have you ladies first, okay? Is that okay?
Okay, Sam.
Hi, Pearl.
Okay. But that was Anna.
No. Anna's not talking. That is Cami Baker that's talking on my my StreamYard.
Okay, I wasn't so sure. Okay, well, Cami, that was amazing story. I really don't have much to say, but yes, giving back is very, very important. I'm doing my own share. But yeah, nonprofit is there are people, there are money out there. There are people willing to, more than happy to. My school actually is a partner with Back Lunch. Okay, and it's been matched as well. So, we all do a little bit whatever we can to extend that hand to the society, to even touch one life. It really touched me, Miss Baker, your story. Really, good job, great job, and you come a long way. So proud of you. And Sam, I heard that you are on the board. That's really really amazing as well. I'm going to mute myself and let Aiden talk. Thank you.
Pearl, did you have any questions? Actually, let me have you introduce yourself so we can send you referrals in your area so that Cami knows where you're at.
I am located in New Jersey. I provide education. I'm a licensed school and licensed instructor. I by the commission, so I do have the power to give you the school certificate that allows you to be eligible to take the state examination. I am, just to make a long story short, education, it doesn't matter where you take the education from. Every state, their commissions have a unspoken kind of cooperation that they may waive the education requirement. Once again, MAY, may be the whole thing, may be partial, depending on their regulation. I can do this the whole 50 state and even including Canada as well.
So Pearl, tell me what.
If you do have anybody you want to send to me, I will take, I do the best to hold their hand to where they want to go. Thank you so much for the shameless plug.
Thank you, Pearl. Thank you, Pearl. I love having you in the room. You have such an incredible spirit and wisdom. Um, so
Yeah,
I
help me understand.
sure,
Is
sure.
the education she's talking about? Does she educate realtors to get them licensed? Does she do continuing education? Is it all around real estate? What is that?
I do. Oh, okay. As in the United States, other country I cannot be sure, but in the United States, you want to do, and in Canada, you want to do business representing somebody as an agent, you need a license. This goes for doctors, attorneys, accountants, and all that. Insurance sales agents and all that. If you want to get in the field representing somebody, then you need one. Now, continuing education is you all get. We in the United States we get a 2-year license, not forever. 2 years, and you have to renew every 2 years. And continue ed is one of the requirements that the commission wants.
So
Okay.
Pearl, let's get Sam, can you put me in touch with her? Because here's the thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Charitable gifting of real estate. We have a certification, the Certified Charitable Real Estate Specialist. And people will ask me, are we sanctioned by the National Association of Realtors in different states, etc.? And my canned response to that is, we need the nonprofits to know how to get funded, and we need to pay the real estate agents a full commission regardless on what the National Association of Real Estate wants to sanction. This is bigger than trying to get the red tape cut and out of the way. Having said that, we would love to have our classes as certified or as continuing education. So Pearl, if there's a conversation that you and I can have to get in front of the right people in New Jersey or any other places that you're familiar, we'd love to have that conversation with you.
That would be wonderful. That would be wonderful. Sam, you like to be the like to put us together? That would be great.
Absolutely.
Send me your email, and I'll go back with you.
Absolutely. Okay. And
you.
Pearl, you also do international, correct?
Yes, I'm a certified international property specialist. So yes, I do.
So that's a great thing to have, the connection with the people coming in from other countries, and that you speak several languages. So yeah, I'm going to connect you with Cami, and you're also in Workplace, so you're at EXP also, so we can connect you guys in Workplace as well. So yeah, actually, Cami had just put out some marketing stuff in Workplace, and I'm actually surprised that more than 50 people didn't come into that room that you were doing. I was rather shocked. I thought there was gonna be like 300 to 400 people in the room, but you know what? People get busy. It's after the holidays and things like that.
Well,
but
I believe
they lost out. They lost out.
I believe that next month we'll have 100, and it will just
Yeah.
continue to get bigger and bigger, especially with your help.
And Aiden, you were new to the room. Do you have any questions for Cami? It's called Real Agents of Change. You can actually Google it and see kind of what she's talking about. Did you have any questions for Cami?
Hi, how's it going? My name's Aiden. I am a realtor with Berkshire Hathaway in New Orleans, Louisiana. I don't have any questions. I just came into the room because I saw this is about newly licensed agents and now what. I'm always curious to see what people have for tactics to get leads and just learning more things. So I have not seen the video, but I sure can take a look at some point.
Yeah, Aiden, this is when I fell onto this, or when the world reached out and connected me and Cami together. The newly licensed now what has been going on for about, I think I have 40 episodes right now, and I created it because I know that agents after they get licensed are just like, that's the question in their mind. Newly licensed, now what do I do? where do I go? Do I get business cards? Do I network? Do I pester my friends? What do I do? So when I created this, I had no idea I would be connecting with Cami. This is, I mean, this is an incredible opportunity to be at your ground level, being a new agent and making a purpose, starting your business with purposeful selling and passionate about giving back to the incredible nonprofits in the community. And we all have it. We all have nonprofits in our community. You could probably just Google nonprofits near you, and it's going to give you a list of them. Because I did it the other day when I was on the webinar and learning so much. So, and if you want, you can email me in the back channel or connect with me in the back channel. I'll connect you with Cami, and then we can start the conversation there if you want to learn more. And she's got the Wednesday
Wednesday at
meeting,
noon.
Wednesday at noon. Definitely connect into that. And this is all going to be, it's going to be on replay. So you can actually go back to this and listen to it. And you know what? I'm going to send Cami a copy too, so she can go back and see. Maybe we could do better. And there's a lot, there's a lot of stuff that was going on in the beginning. But you know what? It's a learning thing. We're human. Technology is not perfect, but you definitely want to be able to connect people, even when the technology isn't perfect. So, thank you so much,
Sam,
Aiden.
the name of this show, newly licensed. Now what? I could
Mhm.
actually create a show, charitable gifting of real estate. Now what?
Yep,
Because that is
absolutely.
the first question people ask. Whether they're a nonprofit that learns about this, they say, okay, what's next? What do we do now? Now what? Realtors, financial advisors, any and everybody. That's what they always say. Now what? What do I do now? Friends, it doesn't matter what business you're in or what you're doing, but what's next is to talk to people. You got to talk to people. Real estate is a people business. People get very confused. It's not about real estate, it's about people. And if we're not willing to roll up our sleeves and have conversations and human interaction with other people, we're never going to sell any real estate. And I share that with you because my first book, Mingle to Millions, we talk about the difference between networking and net webbing. And I'll give you that analogy if you want it. But the
Sure.
point is that if we're not talking to people, as a matter of fact, I was a Mike Ferry agent for many years. Mike Ferry they teach
Yes.
how to prospect, call expireds for sell by owners. And he had a book at one time that you open up the book and the first page said, talk to people. And you flip the page and it said, talk to people. And you flip or see the people is what it said. And there was like 200 pages in the book and every page said, talk to people. But with charitable gifting of real estate, we can talk to them about what they're passionate about. We don't sell, we don't convince, we don't persuade. We're not trying to get people to do something. The only thing we want them to do is to become educated, know that it's an option as a property donor, know that it's a new funding revenue stream for a nonprofit, understand how as a real estate agent it's a business development element because it gets your foot in the door with high net worth people and multiple property owners and hundreds of financial advisors. In other words, what better way to talk to people than to talk to them about what they're passionate about and how you can help them avoid capital gains tax? And it's a great way to recruit too, because any one of us couldn't walk into Remax or Century 21 or Keller. We couldn't just walk into their office or hey, how's your commission split? You want to hear about our company? Can't do that. But you can walk in there with a flyer about charitable gifting of real estate. Hey guys, just want you to know our team is leading up charitable gifting of real estate in this area. We're bringing millions of dollars to the community. We'd love to have you guys come and participate with us. So it's a great way to break the ice with anyone.
Absolutely, it's a great brokerages go and recruit like crazy, and EXP, Keller Williams, all the companies are out there recruiting. Think about whatever brokerage you're in. Think about recruiting. Think about how you can use this to your advantage to go and meet an agent where they're at and say, listen, I really like what you do in the community. You're a quality person. You have integrity. I would love to be in business with you. Maybe we could do something. Here's something that I just fell into, and what do you think about this? And then you get them involved in charitable gifting, and you never know. They could turn around and say, "Oh my gosh, this is what I've been looking for. This is the secret sauce to my business. This is magic. This is something that I've been looking for." Or somebody that's a new agent like Aiden, where do I start? And having a plan and having a system, just like building a house, you have to have your foundation first, and then you build on top of that. If you could build a solid foundation, and not on quicksand, but on a permanent foundation, then you can be successful,
You know,
and there's no excuse.
I love that analogy about building the house. Last year, I came up with this analogy. Charitable real estate is a tool. It's a tool, but just like any tool, if you don't know what to do with it, it's not going to fix anything. So what we provide at the Real Agents of Change is I'm the architect, and we have this blueprint, and the blueprint is of a big beautiful building, whether it's a building of a nonprofit that's being well funded, whether it's a building of your business that's being flooded with listings and lead generation. Charitable gifting of real estate is just the tool that we use. It's really 10% of what we're doing, because once again, it doesn't matter how much you know about it if you don't know what to do with it, if you don't know who to talk to, what to say, and how to say it. I've been saying that for years. Who do you want to talk to? What are you going to say? How are you going to say it? And that's what we help people with.
I appreciate it, Cami. We have Armando. Armando is an amazing EXP agent out of Texas. Armando, introduce yourself. And I know you came in a little later, but do you know what charitable gifting real estate is all about?
Hey, what's up, guys? Armando, Houston, Texas. Charitable gifting by real estate agents. What that sounds like, I guess, gifting, helping the community. I caught the tail end of what you were saying. So my charitable gifting that I like to do, if it's the same lines of what you guys are talking about, is I donate. I'm into animal rescue, so I pair up with my community veterinary that I take my dog to. It's like a low cost. I do special events. My dog's birthday is coming up in April, so I'll do like a Facebook donation fundraiser thing.
Okay.
Then I'll donate money to their events, and then with every closing, I'll pay for 3 adoption fee for the SPCA that I donate monthly already. So if that's along the lines of that, I'm definitely participating in those efforts. And I want to get on board. I know Anna does the Covenant House,
Mm-hmm.
and we have a chapter here in Houston that helps the same cause. It's the same company, and so I want to tap into that as far as maybe doing like some volunteering and then hopefully monetary donations. So
Armando, this is a greater scale. Okay, Cami, go ahead. Sorry.
So I love that you're so passionate about animals, that you're celebrating your dog's birthday. Let me share a quick story with you. About 4 years ago, I was working with a real estate agent long before I learned about charitable gifting of real estate. And I was teaching realtors, financial advisors, Main Street USA, how to market their business with a cause in mind, cause marketing. And she had a dog, and her dog's name was Laddie. And we were trying to figure out a way that she could get out into the community and do some cause marketing. And she says to me, we're just rambling and having a strategy session. And she said, everybody in my community knows Laddie. They're all friends of Laddie. I said, that's the name of your event, Friends of Laddie. And so she ended up having an event where there were vendors that came out. There were all the different businesses that came out. And basically, it was a fundraiser to support a couple of different animal rescue leagues that she loved, and we called it Friends of Laddie Day. Laddie actually, while we were putting this event together, Laddie died unexpectedly, which was devastating. But from a marketing perspective, it kind of added to the drama of everything. And so, we spent 3 months putting together this fundraiser, getting a location. They had an agility course for animals, and all this stuff, right? And people are donating items to raffle off, and she's doing the social media and getting people to come and bring their dogs and all that stuff. And I share that with you because I have a lot of experience in putting together fundraisers that take months and months, and having all the committee meetings and all of that. And at the end of the day, I think that event maybe brought in, I don't know, a couple $1,000s. Now, the person who was doing it, the reason why I would do these events with people would be to help my client get in front of hundreds or thousands of people that they wanted to do business with. So I taught her how to stop in at all the veterinarian offices, all the dog supply, all these people that she wanted to do business with, right? But here's the thing. That is so small in the comparison of how charitable gifts of real estate can help not just one nonprofit or two nonprofits, but all nonprofits in your marketplace. And it pales in comparison. She met a lot of nice people, but she did not get paid a full commission to list a donation where $550,000 on average would go to the nonprofit that she loved. That's what we're talking about with charitable gifts of real estate. Every single person that would show up at an event like that loves animals, that would donate a raffle item, that would buy raffle tickets, et cetera, all of those people need to know that those shelters can benefit from gifts of real estate. The average donation is $550,000. The real estate doesn't need to be right there in that neighborhood. It can be anywhere in the state, anywhere in the country, anywhere in the world for that matter. So what we're doing is we're helping people to kind of take the blinders off. We've been going around with our blinders on. We're going to help this nonprofit. We're going to do a fundraiser. We just did a fundraiser. Let's go do another fundraiser. Oh, it's next year. Let's do the same annual fundraiser again. And we keep begging the same friends and the same social media and the same local business people to donate an item. It's madness. And look, I did it. I did it for years. I did bra drives. I did 2 bra drives in a row. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and I partnered with different nonprofits, and we did bra drives. I did a Facebook Live in my bra, letting people know that this nonprofit needs bras. And by the way, it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I'm glad I got my tatas because some people don't. Breast cancer. And we did breast. So we did all that kind of stuff. And it was fun. And we had 1,000 bras donated. And people got a kick out of seeing me in my bra. But guess what? Now we can do that sort of thing and actually say, and by the way, instead of just a bra or just $5 or just, coming to our golf tournament, just let your people know we can benefit from gifts of real estate, because there's 18 to 20,000 donations a year that are happening right now. And it could, should, would, will be 3 times that much with big mouths like mine and Sam's. So as people are starting to Google charitable gifting of real estate, how to do charitable gifting of real estate, they're going to be coming to the Real Agents of Change, therock.com. They're going to be seeing our map. They're going to be able to hover over any state and find the realtors that know how this works, the nonprofits that know how this works, the financial advisors, et cetera, because it's not just about a donation of real estate. It's about how can you leverage it so that all the businesses in the area are making money and all of the nonprofits are able to make a difference.
Thank you so much, Cami.
Yeah.
Anybody in the room have any questions for Cami as of right now? If not, what I would like you to do, I'd like you to ping some people in this room. And if you don't know how to ping, Aiden, I don't know if you know how to ping yet. Go down to that little person down at the bottom with the plus symbol. Let's get some people in this room. Let's bring this room up to, there's 6 people in this room right now. Let's bring it up to 10. Let's bring it up to 10 people. Let's get 10 people to understand what charitable gifting a real estate is and what therock.com is, RAOC.com, and how to leverage real estate and by helping nonprofits in your community. Please ping some other people. I'm out of pings right now, so I'm going to try and I'm going to see if there's any pings left.
Sam.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
I'm just trying to Google the charitable gifts to real estate. I don't know if it's coming up or not. What was the acronym that you said?
You can go RAOC.
So hold on. It's put in www. You have to. I don't know why,
Okay.
but www.theraoc.com, and I'll put it in the chat too.
Got it. So Anna's back. This is my maven in back east, and she's back in the room. Were you able to hear about what Cami does and how she does it and stuff? And did you have any questions? I love having you in this room. Thank you so much. Thankful Thursday. I'm always thankful for seeing you and your smiling face. And Anna's also an EXP agent, so she's rocking it out there. Anna, welcome back to the room. Did you want to say anything to Cami? If you could speak. I know it's hard when we're out and around and doing business. Okay, maybe she's in a spot that she can't speak. But for anybody that just came in a room, can you give me a little synopsis of what we're doing in this room and why we're sharing it, Cami? And hopefully we get some more people in the room, people ping some more people in the room, and so we could educate people on charitable gifting of real estate.
Sure. And we're going to have this recording that Sam will provide to me. It will go on our Facebook group. People are joining our Facebook group left and right. It is the Real Agents of Change. It's funny. The way our name got created was I looked up agent of change agent, and I realized that's really what I am and who the people are that we attract. We are agents of change. We are making a difference in the world. But there was all these groups in Facebook, agent of change agent. And I said, we're the real agents of change. We're really making a change. And so I put real, and it has now evolved into, people love to say that I'm a real agent of change, and RAOC is the acronym. So rock. So we're rock stars. We rock and roll.
There we go.
We have all that fun with it now, and it's just organically happened, which is so much fun. So charitable gifting of real estate, friends, it is how nonprofits are getting funded all over the country. It's been happening for 100 years, but we've never heard of it because 99.9% of nonprofits, if they are given the choice of $500 or a deed to a property worth $500,000, 99.99% of them take the cash and run. They have no interest in the complicated, risky, costly real estate acceptance. We get it. We're not suggesting that nonprofits start accepting their own real estate. What we're saying is that they can benefit from it. So number one, the reason we as realtors have never been taught about this is because there ain't no point in teaching it if you go to your local church, your local veterans group, your local soup kitchen, and they won't accept real estate. You're back to square one. That's number one. Number two, $9 billion a year is donated to nonprofits through the gifts of real estate. Average donation is $550,000. So if you do the math, that's about 18,000 donations a year that are already happening. But they're happening through a very small handful of sophisticated nonprofits that know how this works. So, the third thing to know is these specialized nonprofits who specialize in taking real estate, we've done the research. We found the one that will work with all 1.3 million nonprofits. We've all heard the commercials for Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids.
Kids.
Donate your car today. They will also take real estate. Cami Baker, why in the world would you be promoting your competition? Because here's the thing. When you donate real estate to Cars for Kids, which is a wonderful organization, the donor gets the tax deduction, but the donor can't choose the nonprofit that gets the money. Cars for Kids is the nonprofit. It's a brilliant marketing plan, and they are funding their nonprofit by millions of dollars because of that little jingle and that commercial. What we are suggesting is we have a specialized nonprofit who is philanthropic in nature, and when the donor gets their tax deduction, they also get to choose what nonprofits get the money. So if it's your church, your veterans group, your animal shelter, any and all can get funded through gifts of real estate. They just don't know about it. So we are sharing this information with real estate agents, financial advisors, nonprofits, fundraisers, community leaders, helping you to bring it to your marketplace so that your favorite nonprofits can get funded, and so the nonprofits you don't even know about can be reaching out to you and saying, hey, I saw on the news last week where you gave a check for $800,000 to a local soup kitchen, and I'm just wondering if you can do that for our church, for our animal shelter, etc. So you can be the go-to agent. And the best part, we are not asking you to do it for free. We don't want you to reduce your commission. We don't want you to give a donation. We want to give you a full commission to list the donations of real estate that are funding the nonprofits by the hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars. It is win-win-win for everyone involved, including and especially the donors who want to leave legacy through gifts of real estate. They've just been hitting a brick wall. They've been calling nonprofits for years trying to donate real estate, and 99.9% of the nonprofits have been telling them no, 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 thank you. So we are here to say, yes, 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 you can benefit from real estate, and there is no risk or liability to anyone involved.
And thank you, Cami. I appreciate that. What really excited me, another thing that really excited me, we have to deal with RESPA violations all the time. And there was something that a light bulb went on. You were talking about how we can use, or how we can have people help us, like bird dogs, similar to bird dogs. But no, correction, and we could do it legally and not have a RESPA violation, asking people to help us to find those people out there that want to know more about what we're doing without having a RESPA violation. So, I mean, my light bulb went on. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can ask somebody for some help. They get something for it, and I'm helping the nonprofits out at the same time. You want to explain a little bit about that? I kind of shortened it.
So ultimately, when the real estate is donated, it is donated to this specialized nonprofit that I'm talking about. And I am not going to share who they are. You have to come to our website. You have to come to our class. That's the little carrot. I guarantee you, though, when you come, you'll be introduced to them. You'll meet them. Sam, you met Bruce the other day,
I
didn't you?
did. He's amazing. He's amazing.
So anywho, because the property is ultimately donated to them, which is what instigates the tax deduction for the donor, because they are a 501c3, and the property needs to be donated to a 501c3 in order for the donor to get the tax deduction. So the specialized nonprofit then hires a real estate agent in that marketplace to list and liquidate it so we can give the cash to the nonprofits. So, for example, if Sam is talking about this and he's in California, but a piece of real estate in Texas, Arkansas, Florida, whatever, we can give him a referral fee as a real estate agent for bringing that to the table. But on top of that, there are ways that we can give a marketing fee to someone who says, you know what, I'm a single mother. I don't have a real estate license. I can't get paid commissions, but you know what? I know a lot of nonprofits. Matter of fact, I would be honored to reach out and put animal, nonprofits in touch with you, etc. We are happy to give finder fees, not up front, but if a deal comes to the table and it goes through fruition, at the end of the day, part of those proceeds could be a finder's fee. And of course, look, everything we do, keep in mind, this charitable certified middle of the road nonprofit, the specialized nonprofit that we work with, they have done this with and for Habitat for Humanity, Girl Scouts, Fidelity Charitables, humane societies. They just did one for Berkeley Humane Society. So when they are working with the largest nonprofit in this country, Fidelity Charitables, you bet your sweet patootie that everything they do is above board and legal and completely transparent and authentic. They're not going to do anything that is going to sway Fidelity Charitables from working with them. So that's first and foremost. So if it's a marketing fee, finder's fee that needs to come from their pocket as a thank you for bringing a new donation to the table, that's up to them, and they can do that. It has nothing to do with commission, or going through that, the HUD statement, et cetera, et cetera. So we just want everybody to know, look, if you reach out to us and you let us know about nonprofits that need our help, about donors that want to donate real estate, about financial advisor companies that finally are wanting to find a way that they can put their clients in touch with a way to fund the nonprofits they love, then we want to reimburse you for that. We want to thank you for that. It's called, commerce. It's
Absolutely.
called getting paid for what you're worth, and they'll do it.
Thank you, Cami. I wanted you to explain that because, realtors, we have to deal with this RESPA. And it's really, somebody says, well, if I refer you to this client, are you going to give me a finder's fee? And it's like, well, I can only give $50 as far as what's RESPA is concerned. So having an understanding that you can actually have people out there looking for you and reward them for looking for you. That's gold. That's that's a huge nugget in this room and in all the social media channels that are running. Armando, is your brain exploding yet?
Yeah, I feel like I need a diagram on like everything because a lot of it's like switching hands and labeling things and making sure we don't get in trouble. And so if we have this diagram, I can lay out, of course, in front of me and in front of the people that are questioning me. And
Absolutely.
have a dry fit understanding on how that works. But
so I got you. We have something called the roadmap. The roadmap for charitable gifting of real estate. And it's really simple. Don't confuse.
Oh, you're buffering. Cami, hold on a second. You're buffering. Let me see, Armando. She's buffering. Well, let me welcome everyone to the room. You were buffering there. I'm just going to welcome the people in the room that just came in. This is a newly licensed now what And we're talking to Cami Baker about charitable gifting of real estate. www.theRAOC.com if you want to look and see what we're talking about. If you came in late, welcome. My name is Sam Silver. I'm eXp Realty. I've been licensed since 2004. My focus and goal is giving back to heroes in my community. 20% of my gross goes back to police, fire, nurses, teachers, government agencies, nonprofits. And that's all my business the last year is referrals and the heroes in our community to do so much for us. And reasons being my twins were 211 and 215. I'm prior military. And my now they're 17 years old, but they were 2 pounds 11 ounces and 2 pounds 15 ounces. And just being in a hospital and not being able to hold them at times, I mean, it chokes me up. But that's why I give to heroes in my community. That's kind of my passion and purpose. And I ran into, I mean, God reached out and connected Cami and Baker with me through our EXP workplace. I saw it and I watched the video and I was just going, oh my gosh, this is so powerful. This is going to help so many people. This is going to touch lives. This is going to change lives, just like what I do with giving back to the heroes themselves. So, can we go back a little bit, rewind a little bit? You had buffered. So repeat what you were saying right before you buffered.
Sure. So our friend there was saying that he wished he had a diagram or a way to explain this easily. And we actually have that. It's part of the marketing material that we provide to people. It's called the roadmap. And the roadmap has 5 simple steps. Guys, this is so simple. Don't get confused. Step number 1, there's a human being that loves nonprofits and wants to donate real estate. Where they come from, why they want to donate, who they want to donate, that's another conversation. This is just simply about how does it work. Donor wants to donate real estate, step number 1. Step number 2, they donate it to the third party, the bridge, the go-between, the specialized nonprofit whose sole purpose is to accept gifts of real estate on behalf of any other nonprofit in the country, pay off mortgages, take on risk and responsibility. Donor, step number 1, donates it to specialized nonprofit, step number 2. Now, step number 2, specialized nonprofit has the real estate. Now, they need to liquidate it so they can give cash to the nonprofits that the donor wants to have it. So step number 3, specialized nonprofit lists the real estate with a local real estate broker at a full commission so that they can liquidate the property. Now, real estate agent has the property. It's the same kind of listing they ever would have had, same listing arrangement, same disclosures, whatever your state has. You list this property and you liquidate it. So now, step number 4, oh, look at that. We got $500,000 in proceeds from this property. That money gets granted out to the nonprofits that the donor wants it to go to. It is granted by the specialized nonprofit based on a donation agreement that was signed between the specialized nonprofit and the donor that says, I want Boys and Girls Club to get 50%, I want my church to get 25%, and I want XYZ to get the rest. So step number 4 is really where that transaction comes to an end. It was that simple. However, we're going to add step number 5, which is cause marketing campaigns. How can the realtor and the nonprofit, if they so choose, and other businesses in the area that might want to build their business by being socially responsible, how can we leverage the fact that these gifts of real estate are happening in our marketplace and our communities? How can we get PR? How can we get the media involved? How can we let any and all property owners, nonprofits, concerned community citizens know what's happening? Because when we do that, when we leverage it, when we get a press release put out, etc., that the Boys and Girls Club just got a check for $600,000, guess what? More donors come to the table and we start over. Step number one, donor wants to donate real estate. Step number two, they donate it to the specialized nonprofit. Step number three, specialized nonprofit lists it with the real estate agent at a full commission. Step number four, it was liquidated, so the money is granted to any nonprofit the donor wants it to go to. It is that simple.
All right. I'm just, I don't know. My brain is just exploding. I keep coming up I didn't sleep last night. And partially it had to do with I got a puppy that likes to get up in the middle of the night. And another part, I was just like brainstorming. I'm thinking, oh my gosh. I'm thinking press release. I'm thinking people love to do stuff for nonprofits. And that's like free advertising. Free advertising. Free is great. I mean, free is the magic word. So if you got a nonprofit that's out there, that is gold, because everyone in your community loves to help nonprofits too. And there's so many of them out there. Google nonprofit in your area, and you're going to find out there's so many nonprofits out there, and they're all worthwhile causes. Think about if you were the spoke in the middle of the wheel for all those nonprofits in your community. They saw your video. They saw your Facebook Live. They saw your YouTube. They saw your Instagram. They saw, oh my gosh, the sky is the limit. And just think about realtors, correction, are always, thank you. Realtors are always talking about how to separate yourself from other agents. And a lot of realtors are going to hear this. How there's going to be about 1% that actually do something with it. So there is it's a high demand of agents to do this. And it's so open to the opportunities. And that's why I love what Cami is doing. And I love what our brokerage stands for and how our brokerage talks about giving back. And, Cami, you did a video with Gene Frederick, and everyone knows who Gene Frederick is. And he endorses this. And somebody that's that powerful, that giving, that loving of a realtor, as well as that loving in a revenue share plan, and gives so much of his time and so much of his heart, and just talks about touching people and finding people where they're at. It's amazing. It's amazing. So, I mean, an endorsement from Gene Frederick is just gold when it comes to people and what you're doing, and how powerful this is. So, Armando, we can get you that roadmap. And any questions that you have besides that roadmap, we'll get you that. We'll take care of that for you, brother.
Cool, thanks, man. And then my question, I'm gonna steal that and I'll put friends of Tito. I want to make sure that's okay for Tito's birthday.
Yes. Yeah.
There you go, friends of Tito. That's awesome. That's awesome, Armando. Pearl, Armando, Jen. Oh, go ahead, Cami. Sorry.
Sam, you are part of our 1 year marketing. We have something called Legacy Launchpad. So we call these legacy listings because every listing leaves legacy. Legacy Listings, Real Estate for Real Change is the name of the book. And the program that we have is Legacy Launchpad, because we're helping you launch your legacy. And the way that we do that is by providing emails and social media and press releases. You and I will do a a 5-minute interview together that you can put in a press release and send out on email and what have you. But with all of that, we also do once a week strategy calls. And once a month, we do something called the Purpose Workshop. And when you, Sam, have watched the videos to prepare, and when you sit in the Purpose Workshop on February 1st, you're going to have a whole new perception and mindset around how to market this. And with your branding capabilities and just your skills with Canva and all the things you do, I want to encourage everybody that's listening to this to get in touch with Sam. Whether you're on his team or not, I'm sure he's going to want to help you with this, but specifically people on his team, because we're going to help him really wrap his head around cause marketing campaigns. So let me paint a picture for you. You have a listing, and it's a listing just like any that you've ever had. You've got your for sale sign outside with your name and number on it. And this listing, let's say it's a residential listing in a housing complex. There's 500 other houses in this complex. And next to your for sale sign, there's another sign. And this sign says 100% of the proceeds of this property go to support nonprofits, including XYZ, samsheroes.com or the Veterans Group or whatever, right? You could put logos. It could be Wounded Warriors. It could be, the Humane Society. You could put different logos on it or just put nonprofits in general. That sign is in the yard. And now imagine it's 5 o'clock in the afternoon. A van pulls up, big letters on the side, WMUR, with the big satellite on top. And the spokesperson from your local TV station comes out with their big microphone. And there you're standing, Sam, you and the president or the founder or the nonprofit or profits that you want to support. You're all standing there next to this sign. And the local broadcaster says, Sam, we've heard that when this property sells, $300,000 is going to veterans, $200,000 is going to the local soup kitchen. Can you share with us how this works? And they're interviewing you about being the local charitable real estate specialist, and the nonprofits get a chance to plug their nonprofit. And because you're working with the real agents of change and we're doing a cause marketing campaign, the nonprofits that are going to benefit are all part of this dog and pony show. So they've got their 10,000, 50,000 social media followers, their volunteers, all the people who support them. They're all sharing. This is happening. They're all promoting that when 123 Main Street sells, they're going to get $300,000. They're part of letting the world know because they want that house to sell because they're going to get paid too. So all that being said, imagine all the people who are out taking a jog, walking their dog, they're driving home from a long day at the office. Friends, we're not suggesting that people in that community of 500 homes are going to start giving their houses away. But guess what it's going to do for Sam's marketing and branding? They're getting postcards. They're getting pop buys and little packets of seeds and little plants left on their doorstep by other realtors. But now they see one who is not just talking about doing something. He's being interviewed by the local media because he's giving $500,000 to the community. If you don't think that's going to get him deals in that neighborhood, you didn't hear what I just said. And it's on the news. How many hundreds of thousands of people in that marketplace are going to know about Sam? How many nonprofits are going to reach out to him and say, I saw your clip on the news. Can you help our nonprofit do that? How many other realtors are going to want to partner with him or even give him deals? One of the best things about this, other realtors in your marketplace that would normally be your competition will reach out to you and say, my church needs help. Can you help them? Your competition's giving you listings at a full commission. And your friends would never in a million years share your open houses and your new listing and all the same thing that they see all the time. But when you let your following know that when this listing sells, the animals are going to get saved, the homeless are going to get fed, etc., your tribe is going to want to share that post for that house. So, friends, this is the best form of not only free marketing, but organic social responsibility marketing. That one listing can bring in 10 or 20 or 100 more because of that kind of promotion. That's what we're talking about here. We're not talking about dollars.
Stream. There you are. We lost you for a few minutes. Go back up a little bit of what you were saying. What I had to do is I had to remove the stream and bring it back. So
Sure.
I'll be
So
right back.
how far in the story did I get?
Go back about a minute.
Well, the point is, my friends, is that this is a legacy listing that gives Sam the ability to get interviewed on media. It gives him the ability to have social media posts that people actually will share and want to share, and that the nonprofits will share. Like, this gives him the ability to have a unique sales proposition that no one else in the marketplace has. It gives him a sophisticated conversation that opens doors. It gives him something that his current clients who already refer him are going to refer him to a whole different kind of clientele who's high net worth and who have multiple properties or who sit on the boards of local nonprofits that need his help. So let's expand our mind. Let's not get hung up on who takes title. What does it look like if there's a mortgage? Guys, that's real simple. Just come to the class. We'll help you through that. But start thinking on a little bit bigger scale as to how you could leverage this to recruit people on your team, to get in front of a whole different group of people. It's amazing. Guys, I've got another interview. I didn't mean to be on here this long, but I just wanted to honor Sam for all that he's doing and how excited he is. And just wait until after he comes to the Purpose Workshop, what he's going to be on fire wanting to help you guys with. And it's not too late for you to be at the Purpose Workshop as well. If you want to take the master class in the online version of it, if you don't want to wait until February, whatever, to take the online class, because we do it live on the third Tuesday of the month for free. But if you want to do the online version, just send me a message and I can help you get that. And we'll be happy to get you started as a certified charitable real estate specialist too.
Thank you so much, Cami. I appreciate you. What you do is amazing. The opportunity for these incredible realtors and business owners, because I have a lot of business owners also on my Instagram. So we're going to be touching a lot of people with this this video. I appreciate all your time. I appreciate your time. The 3 hours the other day. I appreciate meeting Bruce. And it's Thankful Thursday. I'm very thankful for you. I'm thankful for all the people in the social media channels that took their time to spend with us. And time is the most valuable asset. You can't buy it back. No matter how rich, how poor, you cannot buy back your time. So I value all of your time. If you have any questions, you can go to sam661.com, or Cami hasn't realized this. My Google number is 661-418-REAL. 661-418-REAL, which means 7325. So even before we were connected, I already had real in my on my phone. So thank you so much. I appreciate you, and I'm excited where we're going with this. And I will answer any questions on my Clubhouse, and I will forward them over to you. And if it's okay with you, I'll just have them say that Sam sent them,
Sure.
so that way we can keep clear where everyone came from.
Sure. Absolutely.
Thank
All
you
right,
so
guys.
much.
Thank you so much. We will see you tonight, Sam, on the strategy call. Bye,
That's
everybody.
right. Take care. Bye. So, hey, Shani. Shani, how are you? How are you? Welcome. It's Thankful Thursday. You just came at the tail end of, it's called Real Estate Agents of Change. It's amazing. And I don't know how much you heard. Um, Let me know how much you heard about it.
Unfortunately, not much. I just heard, it sounds like it's designation, but I just heard the very tail end. Unfortunately, I didn't hear what you were saying.
Well, go to actually if you go into my Instagram, it's all been recorded on my Instagram, and as well as the replay is on, so you can go in there. And I did it on YouTube and let's see, YouTube, Twitter, so all of my channels, LinkedIn. What it basically is, it is a designation, and the really cool thing about it is it's charitable gifting. Here, I'm gonna look and see what she. It's called the Agents of Change. So Facebook.com groups, go to the Real Agents of Change to see kind of what we're doing. And Jean Frederick actually endorsed her on her EXP World. She's amazing, and this is non-broker specific. This is something that could be done in your community. And what it is you can, how do I say it? The middleman, there is a company that is a nonprofit that funnels money. I'm not saying it right. I'll have to get the proper technical terms. But basically what it is you're in your community and your people can give gifts of real estate for money to fund nonprofits. And that's basically the long and the short of it. They can give or they could sell real estate. You get a full commission, and there's a middleman, so everything is compliant. Everything's RESPA compliant, and your charity, which could be any charity. Basically, what you are is you're just spoke, like in your community, you're just spoke in the middle of all these 501c3 charities, figuring out how to give back to those charities and being the number one agent in your community that is educating the public on charitable gifting of real estate. So that's the long and the short of it. I can share share the video, and I can actually have Cami reach out to you if you want to explain it further. But she had to go and do another meeting. But did that explain it a little bit better?
Yeah, I mean, you could definitely, I can listen to the replay, or if I can get the information, I'll definitely take a look at it. I actually, for the last 2 years, I was the chair of my community outreach of my board, and I'm still on the committee this year. So just be interested to know about it.
Awesome. Yeah, absolutely. Because this is going to change people's business. You know, this room is newly licensed now. What? It's Thankful Thursday. I'm so thankful that Cami took the time to spend an hour on my stream with me and explain that. And I'm glad I have it on video so I can explain it without tripping over my tongue. This is all new to me. A couple days ago, I did a 3-hour course, and my brain just exploded because there's so much opportunity to help charitable organizations in your community. Actually, it doesn't even have to be your community. It could be across the nation, across the world. You're not limited to your area. People want to give real estate, and people, of course, they want that tax benefit. So what this does is it gives them that tax benefit, and they need a licensed realtor in the area to sell that property for full commission. So you're also getting full commission, like many of us would like to receive, and some of us don't. some of us fight for it. So it's an opportunity to separate yourself from agents around you that are just out for the bag and don't have a purpose-driven mission. So it gives. It's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing. I get tongue-tied when I talk about it, but it's going to be huge, and it is already huge. It's already being done. This is just a designation that is actually going to be coming out soon, and there's going to be a map that the agents that are involved are going to be on. So these companies will know agents in the area that know how to handle the charitable gifting of real estate in the area. So this is just the ground level, and I'll send you some information on your back channel, or actually I'll send it in your Instagram because I know we're connected in there, with a flyer about the different classes or the different times that she has her classes. So that way, and anybody in this room, if you want to know more, please get me in the back channel or go to my Instagram, and I'll send you the information about this incredible opportunity. So did I answer a little bit better on that?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll definitely look into it and see what I can find out about. Sounds like a great program. Definitely explore it. Thank you.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome. I can't wait to delve. I'm actually going to be on a meeting this evening about it too. So yeah, it's just going to be unbelievable, and the agents that get involved and really see the vision of just like what Anna does with the Covenant House. Think about if you could take.
Great. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm on the community outreach for my board for the last 2 years as chair. So it's so important to do something else. We try to back charities that are based on something as far as housing. But yeah, sounds like great because people can participate by selling the real estate. That's a new concept. Where we're doing it, things members are donating, our membership is donating or donating their time or money. But this is something, I guess, to reach with the public. That's great.
Absolutely. You could be the number one person in your community that has the connections with all these nonprofits. And just like Cammie said before she left, I don't know if you were in there when she left, she says, what if one realtor has a sign on the lawn and houses for sale, and then another realtor, you have a sign next to it, and all of a sudden the news media comes up and you're being interviewed that when that house sells, you're going to donate, or the Charitable Gifting Foundation is donating $550,000 to XYZ charity, and you are the catalyst for that. That's like priceless PR. So that's what really excites me. Helping the community, and that I give back just out of my business normally. So falling into this was just, wow. My brain's just exploding right now.
Thank you. It sounds like you're winding the room down.
Yeah, well, it's 11:28, and I know everyone has things to do. Well, 11:28 Pacific Standard Time.
I was going to say, yeah, we're at 2:28 over here on the East Coast, but yeah.
So people are probably winding down right now, getting ready to go home. I know a lot of people leave work at 3. And
unfortunately, I don't have that privilege, but okay.
No, not realtors. I'm just talking about the public.
Right.
But anybody in the audience have any questions, or do you want to back channel me and ask some questions? I can connect you with Cammie, and then we can take this conversation further. Go click my my 10K card at the top, and then send me a message. Send me a message. Let me know if you want to know more about it. Let me know if you want to be connected with Cami, Cami Baker. She's amazing. She's so knowledgeable about this, and her passion and purpose just comes out um, just from her communicating about this charitable gifting foundation of real estate. So it's like I'm just like, I'm just lost for words, which I'm never at. So I appreciate you coming in, Shawnee. I appreciate all of you, Micah, Jeff, Charlotte, Chris, Anthony. Welcome. You want to say, it's Thankful Thursday. So, Shawnee, what are you thankful for today?
I am thankful for for my today. I would say for my clients, I've been very, very busy. The last actually since January 1st. I mean, it really never slowed down that much, but it really just ramped up. I say right after New Year's, and so people sometimes complain about being busy, but I'm thankful for that. Right, as crazy as this market is, very thankful for them. Yeah, this is a great start to January. A lot of activity. I mean, a lot more than I can remember. I've had busy Januaries, but this seems really more than ever this year. I mean, I guess it makes sense in light of everything else happening, but she didn't think it would start so quickly, but it has. So I'm thankful for them.
Thank you. I'm thankful for you. And Shawnee, what state are you in so we can send referrals to you?
I'm in Pennsylvania. I'm in Eastern Pennsylvania, and I also am licensed in New Jersey. So I cover, Philadelphia and Bucks County, and then in New Jersey, Central New Jersey.
And you have a neighbor next to you, Mr. Anthony. He's not far from you, right, Anthony?
Yeah, I know Anthony.
Hey, how are you guys? Yeah, I'm a little bit close by, a lot closer than you are, in Long Island in New York.
Anthony, I know you just got your license recently. How's it going? Did you start?
Oh, yeah, everything's going well. Oh, can you guys hear me? I got that red bar.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, everything's going well. I signed up with a brokerage, and just getting everything in order and set up. There are a lot of systems to learn, a lot of forms to fill out, but I'm getting there and actually getting some traction from my sphere. So, actually, speaking of Thankful Thursdays, I have a sphere of people who, without hesitation, have called me up and expressed interest in doing business, even though, I just started less than a month ago.
That's fantastic. Mazel tov. That's so exciting. And so you're thankful for your sphere, and you're thankful for your business, and you finally got licensed, and out of that. So we have Micah, Jeff, Charlotte, and Chris down below. Please don't be a secret agent. Come up, introduce yourself. Let us know who you are, because closed mouths don't get fed. And if we don't know where you're at, then we don't know where to send referrals. And I am also streaming this across all my platforms. 2 Twitters, 1 YouTube, 1 LinkedIn, and all of my Facebooks, as well as my Instagram. So if you come up, you never know if you're going to get some business. So don't be shy. Come on up. And if you're not going to come up, then what I'm going to do is I will wind down the room, because we've been running for a little while. And I need to go get something to drink because my my mouth is parched, and I need to go see what the puppy is doing. So, hey, Jeff, welcome up. Newly licensed, now what? Even if you're not newly licensed, it's fantastic to have you in a room. And it's Thankful Thursday. Share what you're thankful for and introduce yourself so we know where we can send referrals to. Thank you, Jeff.
Hey, I'm Jeff. commercial real estate broker in New York City, focusing on office leasing, tenant representation. And I'm thankful for my family and my clients.
I'm thankful for you coming up in the room and connect with Anthony because he's in your neck of the woods. Maybe you guys can. He's in Long Island. And where are you with Jeff? We're in New York.
I work in Manhattan. I live in Long Island.
There you go. We could have made another connection.
What's up, Jeff? What's going on, man? By the way you speak, I didn't know you were newly licensed.
Oh,
you got a grasp of it?
No. He's a commercial agent. I don't think he's newly licensed, but it's open. It's open for anybody.
I thought you just said he's 30 days.
Oh yeah, I'm a new agent, residential. I'm not doing commercial, but I've been in sales.
I've heard you speak in other rooms. I didn't know that.
Yep. Yeah, he's pretty amazing. He was waiting for a while to get his license and finally got it, and now he's getting some traction there.
Who are you working for?
Are we allowed to name brokerages in this room?
Yeah, you're allowed to talk. That's fine.
Okay. Yeah, I'm with EXP.
Oh, cool. They're growing on me.
Yeah, we kind of do grow on you. Micah. Go ahead. Sorry, Anthony.
Oh no, just doing the research. When I was trying to decide on a place, I just like the technology. I came from a technology background, so that was one of the major things that attracted me to the model. And of course, the payouts aren't that bad either.
What's the benefit if I'm the homeowner and I want to sell the EXP?
Over 70,000 agents across the world, across the country. We have we're in 16 continents, I believe, and I think it's 7 or 8 countries. I think I have to go back and look at my numbers, but we're international, as well as Jeff. We have the commercial division as well, and that's just growing. The commercial division is just booming right now. So. Whether residential or commercial, really great things is it's owned by the agents, and it's a revenue share company, not profit share, revenue share, and it comes from the top. It does not come from the specific office because we are not a franchise. We are publicly traded. So there's a lot of advantages. One of the things that's really cool is during COVID, our company, I think, tripled in size. And I know I doubled my business during COVID, which was amazing considering there were offices that were closing their doors because of what was going on. So 11 years ago, they created EXP World, and almost like it was created... almost like they knew it was going to come, that COVID was going to come, and then all this stuff was going to happen. And we were just in a perfect position to still be able to help people and still be able to connect with each other and still be able to go to over 50 classes a week if you wanted to. The other day I did a relocation class, and we also have our REO class, which is free. It's amazing. It's just.
Let me rephrase. I own a home in Long Island, and I want to sell my home.
Yes, sir.
I'm just trying to find out why I would use the XP over Century 21 or Coldwell Banker or Better Home and Garden
or Berkshire Hathaway.
Berkshire Hathaway. I don't see Berkshire Hathaway. I don't see Berkshire Hathaway around.
We're here for sure.
Maybe Shawnee and Sam could speak to this a little more eloquently than I can, but the way it was explained to me in broad terms, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that with the franchise models like the Coldwell Bankers or the Remaxes,
when a listing is brought to that specific office, it's really not shared outside of that office, even though there are Remaxes or whatever, ABC brokerages all around the country and, of course, internationally. But because EXP is not a franchise model and it's agent owned, when you put a listing on here, that it's transmitted everywhere and everyone can share it instantly.
Anthony, I have to tell you, I know you're new. You mean well?
Am I wrong on that?
That's completely wrong. Completely wrong. The whole model with brokerages, like the big ones that you mentioned, especially all of the big brokerages, they absolutely all of those listings that go in, it's called broker reciprocity. So when I put a listing in, or anybody puts a listing in, like any company that you mentioned puts a listing in, it goes out. It's shared with every broker. Our whole goal is to so for our clients to get the furthest reach. So no, not at all. That's how brokers work. Even EXP, other companies have more marketing power, in my opinion. I know for just more dollars behind them, but for marketing. But that's a whole model to reciprocity. There's no way brokers can serve their clients by not sharing their listings.
Yeah, no, I think I definitely think I'm missing one piece of that explanation. So that's why I wanted to just ask you guys to just correct me if I'm wrong. But
no problem.
There was something explained to me, which I need to, I guess, go back and review. There's a key difference between the franchise model and the EXP model, but I guess I'll have to go back.
There are a lot of
differences on that.
Well,
but I don't like to bash the company.
No.
Really, the EXP model, I'm not going to bash any company, but I think we have a superior model in my company, but I don't want to bash any company. Everybody has their own choice to be where they are, and I stand behind what my company is, what I do as an agent, professional, but definitely reciprocity. That's how brokers work to serve their clients. You're not serving your client if you don't distribute listing everywhere.
Absolutely, and it doesn't. And like Jeff, I would interview several companies because we all have what we do. The fact that we're not a franchise, yes, that's an advantage in a lot of ways, but what we do is we're agent owned. So we'll start there. Being agent owned, we have an incredible connection in our cloud-based platform, getting those listings out internationally as well as locally. We use a platform called Workplace. It's basically the communication between the agents across the country and across the world is just amazing. And getting exposure, of course, is your prime, is what you want. You want to get exposure. You want to get sold in the quickest amount of time, right? And you want to get the most money in your pocket. That's your goal, right, Jeff?
Yeah, but you're explaining, yes.
So that's one of the things that I explained, that because we have the cloud-based brokerage, we have over 70,000 agents across the country, across the international. I don't bash any brokerage. Shawnee left. I don't know why, but I don't. She's awesome, and she's with Berkshire Hathaway, so maybe she was uncomfortable. But EXP model, it's just amazing. I've been with other companies. I've been with HomeSmart. I've been with a mom and pop operation called Tarbell. I've been with KW. So for me, it's an incredible opportunity, and the technology is just amazing that we use, and the technology we get things out to the world. And I think we separate ourselves because of the fact we're agent owned, and everyone in the company benefits for getting that listing out to the world. So we have a lot of connections in our company that gets a lot of exposure out there to the world. So And
I hope I didn't say anything to upset Shawnee. I didn't mean anything.
No. I'll communicate with her. I'll connect with her in the back channel. I don't know. I'll ask her. But I mean, you can't stop somebody if they're hurt or feel like I don't know. You can't control other people's emotions. So I'll tell her. I'll connect with her. So don't feel bad. And that being said, Mike, welcome to the room, and Greg, welcome to the room.
How you doing?
Awesome. Where you're
What's
at?
going on, Sam?
Hey, hey, Greg, what's going on, my friend?
Not too much. Going to a lunch meeting. It's a jam-packed day. I thought I'd come in and support.
I appreciate you, Greg. Greg, Jeff asked me, and you've been with EXP for not that long. However, you saw an opportunity to come to EXP, and Jeff had asked, why would he choose EXP over other brokerages? And you've been with other brokerages, so you know. Why would you choose EXP over another brokerage? In your words.
Yeah, so I've made the switch over to EXP last November. It was a 3-month plan that I had to take, meaning I was a producing agent. I had a team. I was like, why do I need to leave my brokerage, right? It's because if I were to just say, hey, I stayed at my brokerage, I could be completely happy. I would be closing myself off to the connections that I've been able to leverage and miss out on all of the great things since joining EXP. I am a digital guy, meaning I am not a phone prospector. I don't pay for my leads. I don't farm. However, I do leverage social media to like the 1000%. Already having a marketing strategy that is somewhat in the clouds, I thought it was a great alignment where I can learn how to run a business without borders. And why is that so important? In real estate, depending on the MLS that you belong to, you have a bordered business, meaning you can't go outside where you are not licensed or with the MLS. So it becomes a very, very challenging endeavor if all you want to do is get a piece of the existing pie. My goal, I don't want to just get a small piece of the existing pie. I want to reach across border lines. I want to blur the lines between what social media is, what influence marketing is, what sphere of influence is all about in a business model that makes sense to me. My goal is to have as many, and I say as many agents that see the value of social media to join my team, because I will make you into a social media notable figure where you will get business from social media without showing a single house. Because that's what I'm doing. Because when Sam, you mentioned, it's about getting the exposure, making all the money that you can, right? For me, it's all about the exposure. I like to say in the year and 5 months, not even a full 5 months, a year and 4 months, I've been able to grow over 100,000 on TikTok, roughly 30 on Instagram, local casinos sponsoring me and literally putting me as the poster child of me being that local leader that promotes things that are doing, that are happening local. And just this week, I signed a deal with MGM. Like the big hotel that owns a lot of other hotels. I just signed a deal with MGM to continue my exposure in a very, very different way. And when I signed up with MGM to do social media, I asked them, tell me who are the other people you've signed up with. There were 2 people. one that was a foodie, one that was like a casino person that's in town, who I'm really connected with, but there is no other real estate agent that is doing what I'm doing on a social media level in my city. So if you are someone that don't know anyone, you move to a brand new city, you're looking for a friend, you want to explore, and hey, there's Greg showing you all the best things in Las Vegas through my eyes. It's a true alignment to why a brokerage that is in the clouds makes sense, because now I'm not limited by where I can sell homes. Really. Because if someone says, hey, Greg, I'm thinking about moving to Texas, I'm like, oh, that's beautiful. I can definitely help you find an agent similar to myself that can help you. Would you like that? Yeah. They're like, oh, absolutely. So now I'm not losing my clients or just being one-sided on any transaction. With EXP, I literally looked in my dashboard and I was like, why the heck do I have $500 worth of stocks? EXP. I don't know how it got there, but it got there. I'll soon figure it out, but like I did it not because the monetary aspect is the aspect I'm able to grow. If I'm able to grow my organization where everyone or at least part of the organization has social media as a way of prospecting, there's endless leads that can come from social media. Why I say that I'm totally just went on to social media is because if you don't get them this year, you'll get them the following year and the year after that. In 10 years, this thing will probably be out. My goal is to be completely retired. And when I say retired, doing something completely different than what I'm doing right now. So that's why I switched to EXP, because I saw the opportunity. If someone that, and I had an agent also this week that said, Greg, I am going back to Berkshire Hathaway. We're just all talking about this conversation. And she was like, there's nothing wrong with your team, but as a brokerage, it's a better fit. She's doing real estate part-time. When she's doing real estate part-time, not knowing or having a quote-unquote physical office scared her, because that's not something that she was comfortable with. She is just starting to build a social media presence. She's like, what if I need to go and ask someone? I'm like, you have everyone on speed dial and you can text them or even call them. And she just didn't connect with her. And, I wish her the best, but I share with everyone, said, you have to do it for your own reasons. You can't do it because someone convinced you. If you're that easily convinced to join a brokerage because of X, Y, and Z, you're going to be very easily convinced out of that brokerage as well. And that's why it took me 3 months to plan everything that I need to make sure everything went smoothly. And I can tell you that EXP does not have the best pass-through of referrals when it comes from another brokerage. I can tell you that because I left with 10 transactions. I've gotten through 7 of the 10 transactions. None of them have been smooth. But that is true transparency. As a part owner of the brokerage, I can voice that to my broker partners so that when I bring a big team over with transactions, I want to make sure it does not happen to them. So, Sam, thank you so much for the platform and the space to speak. And I'm going to pass the mic back up to you.
Thank you so much, Greg.
Add one thing?
Go ahead, Anthony.
Hey, Greg, I love your videos, by the way, and if I could replicate what you do, or if you teach a class, I'll be there, because your content is amazing. So thank you for all. One of the question that Jeff had asked before you hopped on was, what is the value of EXP from a consumer standpoint? So if a consumer, just a regular Joe Blow or Jane Blow homeowner who wants to, use EXP or Coldwell or any, ABC brokerage, any brokerage out there, what value does EXP provide over others? From a consumer standpoint, not for an agent.
I would say.
One of the things that I also wanted to mention was, I have a client well, soon to be client who was actually going to be selling here and moving to Oklahoma. And I found another experienced agent in Oklahoma for them. So it's a value add for the client. I found that person for them to help them have a smooth transition. I found that agent in under 5 minutes. And who was happy to help because they're an owner of the company as well. But I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so from the consumer standpoint, there were certain things that I definitely looked at. Number one, I actually was looking for a brokerage that was in the what I call e-buyer space, meaning if you want to sell to an iBuyer, sorry, not an e-buyer, an iBuyer,
You're on TV.
you want to be able to at least offer solutions, right?
Yeah.
Not just to go to Zillow. So having one internally that you can do is great. Second, I think one of the things that EXP allows is that EXP is a cloud-based brokerage. Branding-wise, you're free to do whatever you want. And in my world, I don't even brand Greg Chin Group in my area because you know what? People know me better as Greg.Las Vegas on Instagram and TikTok. And I have conversations, literally 1 to 2 conversations every day that I'm converting from DMs to having a real estate conversation without even trying. So that's why I enjoy EXP. It gives you the flexibility to brand yourself however you want to brand yourself, because then it becomes a marketing person's biggest dream brokerage, and where they're not having a lot of rules, to someone that says, hey, I actually don't want to brand myself because it's not about me, it's about my clients. So I think you can see it in many ways, whether it's beneficial for your client. It's really what your client and what that consumer is looking for. I never have my clients ever in my career, maybe 1 or twice, ask me, oh, what's your brokerage? I'm like, oh, back then Berkshire Hathaway, now EXP.
It's the person.
I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Like they have no context, because in the consumer's mind, it's just like another company, right? I see it similarly like in the finance world, right? You may know Rocket Mortgage and Quicken Loans and Wells Fargo, Bank of America, but then there are also the other lenders that you can also work with. So it just really all depends. I don't think you can always rely on a brand to bring you business. Meaning, if you're looking from it from a business standpoint, I don't think any brand will ever bring you business. It's kind of like wearing a Nike shirt is not going to make you an athlete. So I like to say, hey, you have to be your own boss when it comes to that. And how the consumer sees it is how the consumer sees it. I can't control it. So in some ways, I don't really think about it anymore. Whether it's EXP, whether it's ABC Realty, whether it's, Sell Your House Fast Realty. To me, as long as I personally see a benefit for my business and how I can structure it, it's a benefit for me. And that benefit will really shape up in the consumer's eyes, because they see that, wow, you actually operate your business at a very high level. You can handle a lot of business. You can make sure that even though you have competing priorities, you make me feel like I'm number one. That's the feeling that I give to my consumers. And EXP has nothing to do with that. But EXP has been able to allow me to think outside the box more creatively, to a point where I feel like I never have to work a day in my life. And yeah, so anyways, I'm going to shut up now because I'm almost here at my lunch break. So I'm just going to stay quiet and I'll quietly drop off. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Greg. Jeff, I going along in the short of it, was your question answered? If not, I have a couple other people that are EXP as well. One thing I really like, as if you were a consumer, the training that we get every week is unbelievable. I'm going to be what's called the real agent of change. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be selling, giving money to nonprofits through the sales of real estate. And if I wasn't in EXP, I don't think I would have ever found it. So the training is unparalleled. So you have a agent that is well trained, that goes to classes all the time, that is constantly updating their knowledge. That's an advantage. We all have to do continue education credit. You know that being in commercial.